Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/ProRevenge. In the first story, we'll tell you how a rude lady was punished at the store. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Lady demands that I stop what I'm doing and open my register. Okay, no problem. I, male 19, work as a cashier in a gas station in Miami Gardens, Florida. Naturally, the people that come into the store tend to be on the crazier side. The store had a line of maybe 7 people. Now at this point, I had the registered closed sign up, and I was stocking the vaporizers and accessories on the shelves behind the counter. My coworker was handling the customers in line. I turn when I hear the door opening. Another lady walks in without a mask on. I politely ask, "Excuse me, miss, do you have a mask that you could put on?" She scoffed at me and rolled her eyes as she dug in her purse for a minute or two. Finally, she pulls out a ratty little mask with only one functional strap and holds it to her face while she's waiting in line. Well, apparently she couldn't do that for very long. She comes to the front of the line ranting and raving about how long the line is and that we shouldn't be keeping a valued regular customer waiting. I've been working here 4 months and I've never seen her. I'm fairly confident I know all the regulars. I tell her that there are other things that my manager left for me to do before the end of closing and that I had to get them done. She didn't seem to like that at all. "I demand you open your register right now." "Okay, you got it, lady." I moved the sign and then I turned back to her. "Do me a favor and stand a little bit to your right." Surprisingly, she complied, albeit with her arms crossed and what I can only assume was an angry gaze firing through her mask. "Next customer," I yell out into the store. It dawns on her what I'm doing, but the next customer shoots up to the front of the counter before she can even fully process it. I go about this transaction as normal, despite the fact that this lady is yelling at me at the top of her lungs, no longer holding the mask to her face, mind you. I finish up with the other customer and turn to her. She tries to yell over me, so I raise my voice a bit and try to be as stern as possible. I tell her, just because my register is open now doesn't entitle you to skip all the other people in the line who also have lives and jobs and other responsibilities. Get to the back of the line and be respectful, or I'll have no choice but to have you removed from the store. We don't have security, but we're like 2 blocks away from a police station, and one of the cool officers who comes into the store gave me their personal number to use just in case we have any issues. The lady harumphs loudly and walks dejectedly to the spot in line she'd been at before she left. In the amount of time it took for the rest of the story to occur, more people had gotten in the line. I said, "Back of the line." I told her pointedly. She dropped her shoulders and walked to the back like a toddler. And our second story. I can't work with this guy. Buddy is a very charismatic guy, great friend, probably a great coworker. He's the type of guy that everyone is fond of, easygoing and seems to have a knack for personal relationships, always remembers birthdays. If he hears that a band you like is coming to town, he'll text you the news. That sort of guy. Buddy works for a company that services industrial machinery. It was a small operation. There was Buddy, good boss, owner, the kid in the warehouse, a couple of technicians, and some office ladies who handled administration. Buddy was the pivot man in the operation. He was the point of contact for the technicians and had a great relationship with the clients and the vendors who supplied the parts. He knew his job inside out, and everyone likes dealing with him. He gets things done. Now, the way this place worked was that the technicians would send in their reports for the day after 4 p.m. Buddy would look them over looking for rockets. These were high-priority jobs that needed to be done ASAP as opposed to routine maintenance issues. He would then email the kid a list of parts to be picked. Buddy worked 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and was on call for emergencies. If a rocket came in after hours, Buddy would email the kid to add it to the morning order. The kid arrived for work at 7 a.m. and would pick parts orders for the technicians. These would be picked up by a local courier at 9 a.m. and taken to a depot. There were 2 major industrial areas in town, and the depot wasn't more than a large mailbox and a post office in each area. The technicians could avoid city traffic by going directly to the depots, which were very close to the clients. The couriers would get these boxes to the depots about 9:30. Buddy would schedule a call for the technicians, and when they finished the first call, they would head around the corner to the depot to pick up their parts. Things ran smoothly for years, And then Good Boss decided he wanted to move on. He was grooming Buddy for the move up, and Buddy learned most of the managerial duties Good Boss covered in addition to his own duties, things like QuickBooks and scheduling, etc. Good Boss leaves, and Buddy takes over these responsibilities. Again, things run smoothly. Until owner tells Buddy he's getting a new supervisor, Bad Boss. This guy came from a sales background and had no experience in operations and was basically there to help the owner bid on big jobs, but his title was Operations Director, and he was Buddy's new boss. Buddy was angry that he'd been denied the chance to move up, which in a small operation doesn't happen often. Add to that the fact that Bad Boss was a jerk, but not a dumb jerk, and quickly figured out that Buddy was a threat. So the lines were drawn. Bad Boss had it in for Buddy, and Buddy wasn't taking any of his crap. One day, Bad Boss comes in at about 8:45 and sees Buddy shooting the crap in the coffee room with one of the office ladies and lays into him. "Why aren't you at your desk? I don't pay you to stand around talking. Get to work." Buddy starts to protest that he's actually at the office 15 minutes before his shift, but Bad Boss cuts him off. "I don't listen to bullcrap excuses. I want you at your desk at 8 a.m. sharp, and I want you to send me an email every morning to prove it. Now get going." Buddy sends him an email, BCC to owner, asking Bad Boss to confirm that he wants Buddy working 8 to 4:30. There was also a previous email saying no overtime. Bad Boss sends a tersely worded confirmation. Now Buddy comes in just before 8 a.m., sends an email right at 8 confirming he's on duty, and BCC to owner. But here's the problem. The technicians send their reports in after 4 p.m. Buddy lets it be known on the down low that closer to 4:30 the better. So the parts requests come in at 4:25, and Buddy leaves at 4:30. He doesn't get a chance to review them until 8 the next morning. He sends the order pick to the kid, who doesn't have enough time to assemble this order before the courier comes at 9 a.m. So what used to be next day service ends up taking an extra day. If a technician requests a part on his Monday report, he gets it Wednesday, not Tuesday, the way things worked before. The customers start to revolt, loudly and energetically. These are industrial production machines, and when a rocket is delayed, it means a machine is down for an entire extra day. The customers are losing production, and they are not happy. Buddy gets called into a meeting on a Thursday with owner and Bad Boss demanding to know what the hell is happening. Bad Boss is in full form. He says that Buddy's job is super easy, and these delays are unacceptable. Buddy explains exactly why the delays are occurring. It's all because Bad Boss changed his hours. Owner gives Bad Boss the stink eye after confirming that he ordered the schedule change. "Okay, fine," Bad Boss concedes. "You go back to your old hours, starting Monday." "I won't be here Monday," replies Buddy. "What are you talking about?" "I'm on holiday for 2 weeks. Didn't you check the vacation schedule?" Bad Boss goes red in the face. "I never approved any holiday requests from you. You are not on holiday." "Yes, I am. The request was approved by Good Boss before you were hired." "You want to see the emails?" "I don't give a crap. Your holidays are canceled." "Sorry, but my brother's getting married and I'm in the wedding party. I fly out to the Dominican on Saturday. I'll be back in 2 weeks. "Who have you trained to take over your duties?" asks the owner. "Well, back in the day, Good Boss would cover. I guess it's up to Bad Boss to cover while I'm gone." Bad Boss is stuck. He can't very well claim that Buddy's job is super easy, then claim later in the same meeting that he can't do it. Oh my lord, what a crap show. The technicians requested, say, a front sensor for a boom stopper Model 31. Bad Boss would ask them for a part number, and the technician would reply, "I don't know, Buddy knows all the part numbers." Then he would go to the kid and say he needs a sensor to the technician, and the kid would point to the racks where all the parts were labeled by part numbers. "I need a part number if you want to add it to an order." Buddy had an exhaustive Excel folder with all kinds of parts lists in his desktop. He also had a massive collection of manufacturers' binders on shelves behind his desk. The Excel folder was already named something obscure. Bad Boss couldn't find it, so Bad Boss was forced to look up in the binders, no Control F in Excel to find a part number for Bad Boss. Buddy had bookmarks in his Chrome browser for manufacturers and vendors' websites. He removed all the bookmarks, so Bad Boss, if he wanted to log into any of these sites, had to create his own login. Buddy's were on LastPress, but Bad Boss didn't have the LastPress password. Buddy was also adept with computers, so he'd been given the access to the phone system portal. He set it up so that any calls to his desk phone or work cell would get an "I'm on vacation in my absence, please contact Bad Boss at extension 123." And then the call would be forwarded to Bad Boss's desk phone, and if unanswered, to his work cell. After-hours emergency calls went directly to Bad Boss's work cell, and if unanswered, to his home phone. Buddy set up his Outlook with an auto-reply that said to contact Bad Boss and copied owner in. Then Buddy shut off his work phone and took 2 weeks off. Bad Boss found out in a hurry that Buddy's job wasn't so super easy after all. He was getting calls from irate clients, technicians with the wrong parts, and calls in the evening that he had no way to handle. Remember that they repaired industrial machinery and some facilities were 24 hours. When Buddy got back, Bad Boss was waiting for him by the door and went ballistic. It was a screaming match that drew everyone, even the owner, who literally had to step between them. Finally, Buddy just screamed, "F this crap, I can't work with this guy." He turned to the owner and said, "You saw how this place ran when I was doing his job, and now you see what it's like when he's doing mine. I'm going back home right now, before I do something I regret. So you have a choice to make. I'll come in tomorrow and clean out my desk if this a-hole hasn't cleaned out his first." When he arrived on Tuesday, all the staff were grinning and Bad Boss's office was empty. Owner called him into his office and told him that Bad Boss was gone and Buddy could get back to work. "Nope," said Buddy. "His office is empty and I want it. I want his job, I want his pay, I want his perks. I've been here for years and you know what I can do. Put me in charge." And that's how Buddy got his promotion. Since then, the company has grown, and Buddy has grown right with it. There are now branches in 3 cities, a huge staff, and Buddy is in charge of it all. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.